Good morning, students. Happy to meet you all once again through this video lesson. The Bible says in Proverbs 21 verse 23, whoever guards his tongue and mouth keeps his soul from troubles. Saurus cranes migrate over the mountains of Turkey and they cackle a lot when they fly. This attracts the eagles which swoop down and have them for a meal. Some of the wise old cranes pick up some stones and have them in their mouth to stop cackling and protect their lives. We get into a lot of problems because of our tongue. Many troubles can be prevented if we learn how to control our tongue. Ask God for help. Think before you speak and let your words be few. It is as good as having a stone in your mouth. Let's move to today's lesson, hydroxide compounds and ethers.
Hello, my friend, how are you? Where are you going? I'm going to revise last week's chemistry lesson and go through today's video lesson. Good. Do you remember what we studied last week? Sure. We studied about the classification of alcohols and how to name them using the IUPAC system. We also studied about the structure of the functional group of alcohols. Yes, let's go and see today's video lesson. Sure. Let's go.
Going to see the preparation of alcohols. First, alcohols can be prepared from alkyl halides. Alkyl halides is RX. R stands for the alkyl group and X the halogen atom. This is a simple nucleophilic substitution reaction. Halides, when reacted with OH, they are interchanged and we get alcohols. This is methanol, methyl alcohol, a primary alcohol. Next, alcohols can be prepared from alkenes. Alkenes are unsaturated hydrocarbons. This compound is propene. So when it undergoes hydrolysis, again here also OH gets water splits as H and OH. OH goes to one carbon, H adds to the other carbon across the double bond and we get 2-propanol or secondary alcohol. Next, we are going to see how alcohols can be prepared from Grignard reagents. Grignard reagents are an interesting class of compounds because an organic part, a halogen part and a metal atom is there. Usually metal do not react with organic compounds, but here this is a special class of compounds. And what's interesting is almost all the functional groups present in an organic classes can be prepared by using Grignard reagent. So let us see how to prepare primary alcohol. Formaldehyde HCHO reacts with Grignard reagent to form primary alcohols. How to write this equation? This is a Grignard reagent. This is a general formula of Grignard reagent, RMgX. Now what happens? R adds to the carbon atom, MgX goes to the oxygen. And next we get an addition compound like this. Now this compound on hydrolysis again undergoes a division. Hydrolysis, I am again adding water. Add H this side and OH that side. You get primary alcohol and an addition product MgOHX. This is a primary alcohol. How is it a primary alcohol? Carbon attached to the functional group is in turn attached to one carbon. So it is a primary alcohol. CH2OH is a primary alcohol group. Next, let us see how to prepare a secondary alcohol. Other than formaldehyde, all the other aldehydes, rest of the aldehydes react with Grignard reagent to give secondary alcohol. Here instead of the general formula we get in methyl magnesium bromide. Methyl magnesium bromide. Again double bond opens. So here by now you should know, as you follow, you should know how to write the equation. C goes to the carbon atom, MgBr goes to the oxygen atom. We get an addition compound like this. Again hydrolysis, I am going to add water. The compound breaks like this, H and OH. So now we get a secondary alcohol. CHOH is a secondary alcohol. How to define? Carbon attached to the OH is in turn attached to two other carbon atoms. So formaldehyde gives primary alcohol. Other than formaldehyde, rest of the aldehydes give us secondary alcohol. Now let's see how to prepare tertiary alcohols. Ketones, C double bond O. These ketones, when they react with Grignard reagents, they give us tertiary alcohols. Just again By now you should know how to write the equation. Carbon goes to the methyl group, goes to the carbon, MgBr goes to the oxygen, we get an addition compound, and then hydrolysis, H and OH. We get a tertiary alcohol. COH is a tertiary group. Definition: carbon attached to the functional group is in turn attached to 3 other carbon atoms. So this is how we use Grignard reagent to prepare primary, secondary and tertiary alcohols. The next reaction is hydroboration. Here we have boron trihydride. This is a double bonded compound. The 3 hydrogens of the boron trihydride are replaced by the propene group. This is propylene or propene. So first one hydrogen is replaced. It acts across a double bond actually to form a propene molecule. Now here there are 2 other hydrogen atoms which can be replaced. So the compound again reacts with one more propylene to form 2 propylene boron hydride. Then again the last hydrogen is also replaced. So that reacts with another molecule of propylene to form tripropyl boron. This compound, tripropyl boron, undergoes hydrolysis. The compound breaks. Individually OH groups are added to the 3 propanol groups and we get 3 molecules of propanol, and this compound is called as boric acid. This reaction is called as hydroboration. Alcohols can also be prepared from carbonyl compounds using reducing agents like sodium borohydride or lithium borohydride. So previously we saw the other methods. Now here we are going to see using reduction method. Reduction is addition of hydrogen. So this is an unsaturated aldehyde called as crotonaldehyde. When I reduce it, the CHO aldehyde group is reduced to the primary alcohol. Always remember this, children. Aldehyde groups on reduction gives primary alcohols. Then what about ketones? Ketones on reduction will give us secondary alcohol. So aldehydes on reduction give us primary alcohol. Ketones on reduction give us secondary alcohols. Not only aldehyde and ketone, but even carboxylic acids and esters of carboxylic acids can be reduced using the same lithium aluminum hydride to give us alcohol. So this is benzoic acid. The COOH group is reduced to alcohol. This will be first reduced to aldehyde. Aldehyde will be further reduced to primary alcohol. So here we get benzyl alcohol. C6H5CH2 group is called as the benzyl group. This is ester, ethyl ethanoate. The compound breaks and we get 2 molecules of ethanoic acid, ethyl alcohol or ethanol. So with this we finish the preparation of monohydric alcohols. Now we are going to see the preparation of dihydric alcohols. What do you mean by dihydric? 2 hydroxyl groups. So here hydroxylation of ethene double bonded hydrocarbon using Bayer's reagent. What is Bayer's reagent? Alkaline solution of potassium, aqueous alkaline solution of potassium permanganate gives us, is called as Bayer's reagent, purple, PUR. Okay, now this is ethylene. Ethylene hydroxyl, nothing, it's an aqueous solution. So 2 OH groups are introduced across a double bond. So there is a OH here and a OH here, and I get ethane 1,2-diol. This is the IUPAC name. Ethane 1,2-diol is the IUPAC name. Generally it is called as ethylene glycol. Now we are going to see the preparation of glycerol, trihydric alcohol. Here natural fats, animal fats, they contain triglycerides, esters of higher fatty acids. What do you mean by higher fatty acids? Molecular formula: when the molecular weight is less, there will be gases. As the carbon chain increases, it will become liquids, and still further when we go across the homologous series, larger molecule, longer chain molecules, they become solids. So that is why they are called as higher fatty acids. Now here the higher fatty acids, which are esters, which are solids, when they undergo hydrolysis using sodium hydroxide or any alkali, we get glycerol and soap. This reaction is called as saponification. So whenever soap is formed, glycerol is a byproduct. Let's try to understand that. This compound is called as glycerol tristearate because this compound CH216, CH, nearly 17 carbon atoms are there. That is called as stearic acid. With another COOH, it will be 18 carbon atoms. So this is stearic acid. When it combines with glycerol, we get glycerol tristearate. Add 3 molecules of sodium hydroxide. The compound breaks. How does it break? Just break it over here. This this. Add one H over here. You get glycerol, and add ONA this side. That's all. You get soap. This is only soap. So this reaction is called as saponification. This is how we prepare glycerol. Next we are going to see the distinction of alcohols. Alcohols can be distinguished by two methods, Lucas method and Victor Meyer's method. Let us see Lucas method. Lucas reagent is nothing but mixture of anhydrous zinc chloride and concentrated HCl. Take the given alcohol and add Lucas reagent. On adding Lucas reagent, if you will get a curdy white precipitate. It will not be a clear solution, will disappear, and you will get a curdy white precipitate. If the curdy white precipitate or the turbidity appears immediately, then your alcohol is a tertiary alcohol. That is, you need not know the formula, but you will know that if immediately you get a precipitate, then it is a tertiary alcohol. What is happening there? OH is replaced by Cl. This just like a silver nitrate test which you do in the lab. So then if the turbidity appears just like that immediately, then it is a tertiary alcohol. In the case of secondary alcohol, the turbidity appears after 5 to 10 minutes. Sorry children, this should be 2 and this is CH3. This is butyl. One CH3 is missing over there. Okay, if the turbidity appears after 5 to 10 minutes, again here also the OH will be replaced by Cl. If it appears after 5 to 10 minutes, then it is a secondary alcohol. If there is no turbidity at all in the cold condition, then it is a primary alcohol. The turbidity appears only after heating, then it is a primary alcohol. At normal conditions, turbidity will never appear. So anhydrous zinc chloride and concentrated HCl is Lucas reagent. When adding it, immediately if the turbidity appears, it's a tertiary alcohol. After 5 to 10 minutes, it's a secondary alcohol. If no turbidity appears in the room condition, then it is a primary alcohol. Now let's move on to Victor Meyer's test. There are 4 steps in the Victor Meyer's test. Take the given alcohol given to you. First add iodine in the presence of phosphorus. Then you add silver nitrite. Then you add what is called as nitrous acid, HNO2. And finally treat it with alkaline potassium permanganate. After doing all the 4 steps, whatever color you get, we can identify whether it's a primary, secondary or tertiary. Now let's see first primary alcohol. In the first step, we take the primary alcohol and treat it with iodine. The OH group is replaced by iodine. I get iodoethane. Take iodoethane and treat it with silver nitrite. I is replaced by NO2. This is called as nitroethane. Then third step, treat it with nitrous acid. Here you have to be careful. HNO2 is nitrous acid. This is how the bonding is there. N double bond O and OH. Remove water. Write the nitrous acid in such a way that I remove water. You will understand this when you are seeing the secondary alcohol. So water is removed and I get a compound like this with OH. Now to this we are going to add potassium hydroxide. The hydrogen behaves as an acidic hydrogen and is replaced by potassium. This potassium salt is red in color. Then it is a primary alcohol. So by doing Victor Meyer's test, if you get a red color, then your alcohol is a primary alcohol. Let's try to understand the secondary alcohol. Again in the secondary alcohol, first step you treat it with iodine. The OH is replaced by I. In the second step, we treat with silver nitrite. I is replaced by NO2. Third step, treated with nitrous acid. But now very carefully you have tried. There is only one H over here. If I write as in the previous case, I cannot remove water. So change the structure of the nitrous acid so that I can remove water over here. And now the structure is like this. I get nitroso group. First we got the nitrolic acid, but here it is a nitroso group. So this compound cannot undergo the fourth step, or it cannot be treated with potassium hydroxide. But this step itself, that compound itself is blue in color. So then it is a secondary alcohol. Now let us see the tertiary alcohol. In the first step, we are treating the alcohol with iodine. So OH group is replaced by iodine. Second, the iodo group is treated with silver nitrite, AgNO2. So I is replaced by NO2. But this compound cannot react with nitrous acid because there is no hydrogen here to remove as water. So the third and the fourth step is not possible and the compound remains colorless. Then it is a tertiary alcohol. So Victor-Meyer's test, at the end of the fourth step, if you get a red color, it's a primary alcohol. If you get a blue color in the third step, it's a secondary alcohol. If no color is formed, then it is a primary alcohol. So in today's session, children, we have learnt the preparation of alcohols used from alkyl halides, alkenes, Grignard reagent and by reduction methods, and we also learned two methods of distinguishing the alcohol, Lucas test and Victor-Meyer's test. Go through the lesson in the textbook, write and see the equations, then take up the test and the Kahoot. Thank you.